Today we are going to discuss the theme of the wasteland by T.S Eliot. The basic theme of the wasteland is disillusionment of the post-war generation and the sterility of the modern man. The critics have commented on the theme in the different words: vision of desolation and spiritual drought, the plights of the whole generation. A sigh for the vanished glory for the past. There is a life in death, a life of complete inactivity, listlessness, and apathy. So there are a lot of themes are there, but we have to discuss the various ancient myths are utilized to reinforce the ideas of recognition through suffering and death. So first of all, we'll discuss sexual perversions. Basically, this is a poem. Yes. According to Eliot, sex is an important aspect of life. It is an expression of love and means of procreation. Today, sex has been prevented from its proper function and it's utilized for animal pleasure and monetary benefits. It has therefore become a source of degradation and disease. It also led to erosion of moral values and becomes a hurdle in man's spiritual progress. Yes, very important lines. He is saying that sex is a very important aspect of life, but in today's era, as he is discussing in his own era, not in this era, he is discussing about his own era. As we have discussed the T.S Eliot, so he is saying that sex is very important thing for man, but this thing is being vanished, or you can say demolished, by some sort of integrity, and in some sort of, you can say, a lot of functions are not there. So basically he is willing to say that sex is a proper thing, but in today's era and in that era, the sex is not being used, or you can say in proper function and in proper term. Basically we have demolished the terms and the you can say the thing sex. Basically in the poem Three Daughters of Themis, another example is that of mechanical sex. Another example is a homosexual relationship exemplified by the Mr. Jodinus. Eliot sum up the theory of European lust through the life of the fire ceremony. Yes, he is saying that sexuality is a proper aspect, but when you are going to discuss mechanical sex and homosexuality, as we have earlier discussed the homosexuality, so this is a very alarming situation in that era. And now if you are going to compare in this era, same the things are there. People are not using the sex, the proper function as for proper function. Basically we are demolishing the term of sex. So basically he is going to say that the whole of Europe is being destroyed by the fire of sexuality. Yes, the whole Europe is being destroyed. अगर आप इसको आज के तनाज़र में देखें या आप पीछे चले जाएं या आपने मूवीज़ देख लें, तो उनमें भी बेसिकली यही थीम है. The whole Europe is destroyed by the fire of sexuality. Yes, sexuality is very important one. So as we are discussing the mechanical sex and we are discussing the homosexuality in the themes of the wasteland, the sexuality is a very proper aspect. Basically he is discussing about the sex, how the sex education is compulsory and how the things we can come over the things. So the second one is loss of faith and moral values. In ancient time, the source of inspiration for life and achievement was faith. People really believed in Christian values. Tradition increased the importance of moral conduct. Elderly people were respected. Character and saintless were regarded as important asset. Moreover, important than money and position was character and achievement. Today, the value has changed. Money is the god of modern people. Older and are hated. Christians go to the church as a matter of routine. There is gulf between profession and practice. Hypocrisy is at a premium. Flattery is more important than merit. The result is the church faith and the compassion are no longer regarded as object of life. This has resulted in general distortion of standard of life, the yardstick of reputation. Yes, as we were discussing in the modern age, and we were discussing in Victorian age, that they were a very religious one, and they were having the very faith, and they were having the concepts in Christianity. But he is saying that there is in the waste of the land, he is discussing the theme of loss of faith and moral values, as people were materialistic in that age, as they were the Christian, as they were dealing with the religion. On the other hand, they were materialistic, as he is saying money is God for them. So they were not dealing with the religion properly. So we can say, when you are not going to deal with the God, you are saying that money is everything, and you can say that we can buy each and everything through money, then your faith on God will be lost. So same is the case there. They were going to be modern. They were saying that money is everything. On the other hand, they were saying that they, as according to the T.S. Eliot, the faith was lost due to them, and that was a very important aspect. A lack of human relationship. The third one is, in other times people believed in interruption. So we were discussing lack of human relationship. In older times, people believed in intimate human relationship. There was the joint family system under which resources were pooled and the needs of all were supplied. Today there is the fashion of nuclear families. In olden times, there were certain loyalties to the community and the loyalty to the nation. Yes, as you may imagine, in today's era, the same things are there. What do you think, as you are also the part of this society? Are you having some sort of strong relationship with your relatives? No, not at all. We are not having that sort of strong relationship, because the thing is that if you are saying yes, it means we can say 99% of the class is not having strong relationship with their relatives. What is this? Basically, the thing is that he is also saying the lack of human relationship in that era, and in the waste of land same thing was there. Basically, on other hand, we can say T.S. Eliot in this poem is saying about the life, as we have discussed the sexuality, as we have done with the faith and religion. On the other hand, on the third, we are saying the lack of humanities. So basically, we are discussing about life. Is some sort of life can exist without these sort of fundamental needs? No, never ever. We can live, but we are not living properly. Same was the thing in that time. The people were living, but they were not having the care for the sake of their time people. As earlier, and we also used to say that दुनिया ख़राब हो गई है, वक्त ख़राब हो गया है, ज़माना ही ऐसा आ गया. No, that's not the thing. The thing is that, as I have earlier said, that history revealed the thing, history repeats the thing. So same is the thing there. So, and the fourth one is mental tension. Modern psychologists have shown that the majority of people are abnormal. They suffer various type of mental illness on account of the worries and anxiety and challenges of the modern life. When man is unable to face a challenging situation, he feels tense and frustration. Similarly, sex too become a source of tension and despair. In the second section, entitled A Game of Chess, the poet deals with the sex intrigues and sex perversion. The fashionable society woman, called the Lady of Situation, is bored with her own life and has become extremely neurotic. Her love too suffer from mental exhaustion. Yes, very important point. They were doing the sex, but they were not doing as it should be, and as it should be in the range of you can say proper. As earlier we have said that the sex was being done, but not in proper function. Basically, the thing is that they were not in some sort of relationship, but they were doing the sex. So that was the sort of mental tension. When you are doing something wrong, on the other hand, your inner soul is also saying that, bacha, you are doing wrong, you are doing wrong, you are doing wrong. When you will use it, repeat and again, once you will say that I am tired of it, I am not going to repeat it, right? So same is the thing there. The mental tension was there. People were living the life but in mental tension, and he is saying that the source of mental tension, the cause of mental tension was sex, and due to sex they were in mental tension. The next one is politics and war. An important cause of the disintegration of modern civilization is the enormous power wielded by politicians. They have the power to make war against other country without consulting their own people. By their own action, they can bring untold miseries to their countrymen. Millions of people were affected by war directly and indirectly. They had to wander as refugees in search of food and shelters. Their lamentation is filled both plains and hills. Yes, politics and war. As in today era, you can say, and you can see how the situation is going done with Russia and other countries, and on you can say this is a current issue. On the other hand, Ukraine and Russia, you can see that how they are imposing the war. Basically, he is saying that politics were there, but they were hypocritic. They were using the thing as for their own choice, as for their own will, but they were not thinking of their countrymen. So, undoubtedly, Eliot has given a very clear picture of spiritual cause of European society after the First World War, but it may be noted that the decay of civilization is a part of history of mankind. Crisis of the past quarter of the 20th century was not a new event in the history of civilization. Such crises has occurred in the past and have formed a part of human culture. So, Eliot present the present cause and the relation to the similar period in the history of man, and brings about relationship between past and the present through the employment of the mythical method. Yes, resemblings were there, but the thing is that Eliot is going to depict the society within their works, as we have discussed very fundamental themes of this, The Vast Land, written by T.S. Eliot. Thank you.